You are listening to the No Invite Podcast.
Season 3.
The progression.
Follow us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast or look us up on YouTube at No Invite Podcast.
The best kept secret.
All right, so this is the actual one. We're not going to tell y'all what happened before I cut this mic for the past 6 minutes. Let's just say that the engineer didn't do his job right and didn't turn on the other two mics. So we're over here recording with
out recording.
We're recording, but we're not recording. So we recorded like 6 minutes worth of dope ass podcasting for y'all, but y'all never hear it. And,
So well.
And you know, when I belittle this engineer, that's because it's me, and I'm the one that forgot to do this. So you know, so episode 73, season 3, the progression, No Invite Podcast. We are in the building. You know who I am already, and I'm sure you heard the voices. But can we please introduce ourselves for the people?
Ooh, this is the one and only, the best kept secret.
Stop fucking playing with me. Go ahead.
Hola, hola, it's Patty.
We got Patty P. Worlds, you know what I'm saying, 16th World in the building. Y'all know who I am. It's been a long motherfucking day. I can't believe we didn't get that thing about the Rams, but I'm not even gonna revisit that because that was gold right there.
That really was. There's no way to
them goats.
Yeah. Let's just say Patty was in the mall yelling "fuck them goats" and it was crazy. You know? That's the summary. What do you call that? That's like a summary, right? It's not the whole thing, or it's definitely not. It's not verbatim, but you know, it was something like that. But
just imagine though, like if we, oh my god, if we actually really took the time to go to the mall one day and do like a
skit, right?
Yeah, and just go in there just to see how people are gonna respond. Like just walk through all of us walk through the mall.
People are really weird nowadays. I think I'd get a lot of support. I really believe that I'd get more support than you guys think.
No, I have no doubt that it would.
People stalking you for a different reason, like, ooh, she fuck goats too.
Hey, she gonna have dudes popping up like the furries, you know, where they dress up like stuffed animals. You're gonna have a dude pop up to the door, so I heard you fuck goats.
It goes totally on tangent. Somebody shows up as like an alpaca or something.
They be like, I love her.
That's crazy.
Llamas and whatnot.
How did we get here? Like, you know what I mean? How did this happen? So look, it's you know, it's another episode, man. I appreciate y'all. It's been a whole week. I feel like it's been longer actually because last week we had a Zoom podcast instead of an actual meetup, which is cool once every other week. I like that vibe too, just because Patty's around. You know, she's not saving the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? If we do it every week, we're not gonna get Patty every week. You know what I mean? No. But I definitely been using the platform for that, you know, so, you know.
You get to, the reach is awesome, like New York and
that's what
Texas,
I really like.
right?
Texas,
like
New York so far.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I do like that about technology.
Yes, and that's kind of why I've been trying to keep it consistent with the incorporation of that, of Zoom meetings.
Oh my God, I just thought of something. Okay, kind of side note, but whatever. Is it, am I going to be able to still record from Colombia? Like...
Yeah,
I
think so.
So
I think
dope.
that would be dope. Yeah, I think we can. And you know what? I think we should do that. We should maybe do a live Zoom episode with you out there.
Yes!
But remember, we did say that. I think Thought said you're gonna be like our reporter. Remember, I was telling you, I was like, we might have to do that shit. Like, I think we mentioned this somewhere. It's alright. I'm a pothead, so I could have really just made that up and believed that I said it. So you know what I mean?
He does that a lot,
yeah.
and he be arguing with people.
And I'll be like, yeah, you know, you were there. And it's like, that never really happened. And then I'll be like, oh, yeah, you know what? That happened in my mind.
But he won't ever admit it.
I played it in my mind, and it didn't go out. It didn't turn out like this. Like, in my mind, it was different.
Right.
But, so, you know, the Super Bowl happened and shit, right? And I'm all about the comedy. I really do my best to use social media for the funnies, the jokes, and obviously communication and promotion and all the shit we do.
But it will be entertaining.
But the Super Bowl halftime show, how'd y'all feel about it? How'd you feel about it? And you said you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
That's right.
Sorry.
That's right.
I was out here.
Right.
I was out here on her 20-year-old shit. Like she was like, what? She's like, oh my God, I don't know who that is.
For the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I don't even know why I don't watch it. I just it was
really
once my team is not in there, I'm definitely just like I don't
completely lose interest.
And then the halftime show, the problem is like timing. So I mean, I'm sure you guys know I'm not the timeliest person.
Yeah.
So Like, I got a time, if I have to be there at a specific time to watch it, it's just not going to, I'm going to catch the tail end.
You're telling me I'm the one that's always waiting on y'all for the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. And that's bullshit.
That's not fair, because it's at his house. So he's always here. What the hell?
I'm always on time, though.
There has been a time where he pulled up after me.
You know what?
See, this is one of those things that he made up in his mind, believes, and is now arguing with us about it.
As I recall, it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, see?
But, so you didn't watch it.
People.
So you didn't watch it.
No, not at all.
Patty, you watched clips, right?
I watched clips and pieces of it, and I thought it was actually really good, especially Kendrick's part. You know, like
I thought it was good.
Performed?
Yeah.
Kendrick performed. 50, Snoop, Dre, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah.
He was the one drums. It was dope. I like the concept.
It was good. No, the talent was.
It was a nice show.
Ridiculous.
He did a little bit of Tupac stuff, you know what I mean? Like played the melodies of stuff like that of a couple Tupac songs and things like that. There was a rumor it was supposed to have the Tupac hologram, but I don't know if that was true or not. It didn't happen, but I'm saying we don't know if that was even on the table. And then I thought it was cool. It was, it just shows me what we've been talking about. How I was telling you, it's like there's the forefront of music, like pop culture. You know, the people that are out there they're all on the major platforms, and they are making millions and millions of dollars just being a real like A-list rap celebrity. You know what I mean? And then there's the rest of the music culture. We were talking about it last night. I was just having a discussion with somebody. It's like you could have a following and be like a legend, or not even a legend, relatively somebody that's remained underground your whole career, but just have a good enough following where you really eat off it. You don't eat like millions and millions of dollars.
You know who's dope at that?
But you're
Currency.
Yeah. Oh, he makes millions though. Cause
Currency's so dope.
Yeah, and that's basically it. So, when people say, oh, like. Later on in the topic, we'll talk about that. We have another topic we're talking about when it comes to related to music like that. But when people say hip hop's dead, all that shit, I don't believe that, because, like I said, it's generational now. Like you said, it's growing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Some of us were babies when it first started, if we even were born at all. So, not me. You know what I'm saying. But, I'm talking about other people. But
because it did come out in the 70s.
It is like late 70s. So
we could even debate on that, but anyway, that's fine.
And even then, that's the dates and all that shit will always be something like subject to debate, I guess, unless you were there. But no, I think it just showed that kind of music is still alive and well. There's nothing wrong with it. People grew that. Yeah, I remember when we were young that our parents grew up listening to the Temptations and fucking Motown and.
But yeah,
and,
look
and
at
rock.
it. Like Prince performed like in the 2000s, and he was his prime was the 70s,
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, and he performed in 2010. I want to say.
I forgot, but it's still they saying it's the best Super Bowl performance so far. Like,
so that's kind of way after somebody's prime. But again, it's like you're a legend.
You're a legend and you're generational. Yeah. So not only and you gotta think of it like this. As much as they were cooking Dr. Dre and everybody online for that shit, a lot of those kids, a lot of that generation too, they liked those songs because they grew up listening to them as a kid. I told y'all the story.
They knew them too because their parents.
I told y'all the story. My son, he jumped in the car. He's all, I want to play this song. He put Tupac on, right? And he's, I don't know why. He goes, I just discovered the song, man. I really, really like it. And I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, I looked at him. I was like, that's because I used to play this shit all the time when you would be in the car as a little ass baby when we ride around.
I didn't know that.
How cute.
But it's generational. You dig what I'm saying?
What song was it?
It was a few of them. He likes like obviously the classic ones like California Love and shit like that. But he likes like Hail Mary. He likes, you know what I mean? He likes certain ones. And there's certain songs from the Chronic. He's a real Kendrick fan right now, like, and that's because I'm not gonna say it's just solely because of me, but when he was like 12, 13, I was on my Kendrick shit. Kendrick was dropping like every year. He had an album and a project, so I bumped a lot of that. And now he likes it on his own for his own reasons and shit. So once again, like I said, it's generational. That shit was pretty cool. How was your week besides that, Ann? How was the week of the Super Bowl leading to right now? We Sunday to Sunday right now.
Oh my God! So I don't remember last Sunday.
She wasn't watching the Super Bowl, but she was Super Bowl lit.
Man, you know what really pissed me off about the Super Bowl weekend or that day? I'm so used to people cooking and like having Super Bowl parties and like me being able to go get food. I was pissed when I realized ain't none of you bitches cooking.
Really?
Like, oh. So that got on my nerves.
Part of the Super Bowl is the food.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm used to going to like Super Bowl parties. I don't really watch the game, but I always eat. I couldn't eat, so that like threw the whole thing off.
So
like,
you couldn't eat, so the
eat?
alcohol was plentiful, is what you're saying.
You
so.
feel me?
Yeah.
There was nothing to soak up.
There was
Basically.
nothing to soak up this liquor.
So Ann blacked out. That's what she's saying. Super Bowl.
I ain't necessarily black out, but I was. It was a fun time. Let me say that.
That's right. She was riding spinners. Spinning at the end of the night.
Man, and then this weekend I caught myself trying to like the world is open, go outside, and I was like, oh my god. Now I'm feeling like am I auntie? Like it was just like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm fucking tired. Shit. But it was lit. Like everywhere I went, I was like, oh my God, I've missed this. Like I miss having human contact.
Yeah.
I realized like my personality, I like talking to
Feed off
people
that
and doing
energy.
stuff. And yes, and I feel like for the
Mingling
longest
and
time, I have
meeting new
not been able to
people.
do it. And it
Yeah.
has been stressing me out. And I think it made me depressed just a smidgen.
Yeah.
No, I'm lying. It didn't make me depressed. But it was some bullshit. I was
But it did
mad.
make
She's
sad
I
a
don't feel
little
enough
bit.
for that to affect.
I
me, you know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
not sad. Like
Yes. I was sad. But
No,
not sad enough
you
to
could
feel
definitely
sad.
feel it. It's crazy because I was talking to that shout out Loss from New York and shit. I was doing that interview with him, right? And what's it called? He said the same thing. He goes, "It's lit out here right now. It's nice. You know, the COVID shit's dying down. People are outside. People are having a good time and fun." And he goes, "It's just the energy out here." I was like, you know what? I feel it because I was feeling that shit like the past couple of days. Like everybody's out. There's, you know, it's a little bit of hope. And not only that, but this is the time of the year. Like we getting close to spring.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
That's a man.
Yeah,
And
everybody finna be out and about.
And hopefully while they out, they actually remember you still need to get this summer body. So
Shameless plug. We're not above.
To say. I was just about to say that.
And you know what? It's okay because we're not above our shamelessly plugging
No,
our
please
shit
do,
as we
please
ever
do.
need, as we ever need and see fit.
Please
So
do.
please handle your business, and you right.
That's dope, especially like in New York, because I think New York has a different culture than us out here. We're kind of
Definitely.
it
like
definitely does.
we're
I
like
love New
not
York.
like divide. Like out here, we're kind of divided in a sense. Like we're more like individualistic. In New York, it's really about community. Like
Yes.
so like everybody like that's
Yeah.
what I think. So they were super loving that.
But
and,
also, like with the world opening back up, first of all, the world been open. California has been doing their own like little stupid shit.
Yeah, we
On
really
their
have.
own, and they have been in an entirely different lane. And the states that have been open, you have not heard them say, "Oh,
I heard
well,
New York was pretty strict still though.
New York, the liberal
was-
states
yeah.
are
Yeah,
like the most.
that's pretty
Yeah.
much what it is.
Are
The
the
liberal
most
states are
Because that's why he's like, it's starting to be a good vibe, and I'm like, I feel you, because basically we're barely opening up really right now.
Yes, but then you go down south. I'm telling you,
or even Vegas, or Vegas is kind of, but still like.
No,
Texas.
they're getting there.
Vegas been some bullshit though. Since
Yeah.
COVID, they've been increasing.
It's kinda weird,
Their
it's like
prices have increased so much that they pissing me off. Like, bitch, I'm not paying for that. Stop
Yeah.
asking. I don't even want it.
But it did like, cause I'm like the opposite. Like I need my solitude, and I don't like being around people. But during the pandemic, it would have made me realize it's like I do kind of want to go to like a basketball game, or
Right.
go to like a football game where there's like a lot of people, because there's like there's so much power in numbers with people and the energy. Like that's weird. Like not being able to go somewhere where there's a lot of people and feel all their energy. I was like, oh, I don't even have that option anymore. That did bother me. Like,
Yeah.
So I'm like, when it does open back up, I'm gonna start doing more shit. Like,
We about to get her outside. We
That's
about
right,
to get her
Patty. That's
outside.
right, Patty. She's gonna be like, on the camera going crazy, you feel me?
She gonna be like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
21-year-olds when they first turn 21, they can legally drink in there at the
Yeah.
club. That's gonna be Patty.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be like,
Patty's gonna be like, yeah, just a little. I just carried a couple, a little bit interaction. She's all at a rave in the middle of the rave and shit like this. All kinds of
swinging
fucking.
from the chandeliers
Yeah.
and shit like that.
That's crazy.
and that's where
She's
you get
firing
the
it
goat,
up.
because we gonna have the goat come to the bar.
That's right. She's gonna be the goat. She's gonna have one of those ram hair goat helmets and shit like, yeah.
You guys ever seen How I Met Your Mother? There's an episode. Oh, okay, never mind.
I need to start watching TV more. I don't.
No, you don't. TV.
Nah.
It's alright.
I need
It's
to get out.
cool.
I need to get out more and do
But-
stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I walked into it is a different vibe out here now that it's starting to open up, because I walked into yesterday was the first time I stepped out without a mask on me. And I walked into Target and I'm like looking around, and people are walking around, and some people are still masked up, of course, and usually I would be too, But I'm walking around without a mask and I'm just feeling weird. Like that's how you know you've been doing something for too long. When you stop doing it, it just doesn't feel like it's been programmed. Exactly.
And that's the problem.
That's the problem.
I ain't never let it be programmed in me, so I literally, when I did walk into Walmart,
and it's like I ain't listening. I don't listen.
No, because
anyway.
I've been not wanting to wear a mask. Like it was making my face break out. I felt like I was inhaling my own breath. Like I didn't want to.
Nah, it's just humbling, is what it is. Yeah, that shit'll humble you real fast if you out here talking spicy and then you put the mask on and you're like, oh, was I talking shit? And my breath a little hot too? Oh man.
You're like, oh God. So when I did get to walk into Walmart and not wear a mask, it just felt like the gates to heaven opened up. But then I started running into people that I know and was like, fuck, I need a mask.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm trying to hide.
That's the same reason why I like wearing the mask. Like I said, I wear the mask and it lets me move a little bit more anonymously through it. Because when I go to Walmart, let's keep it real. I go to Walmart, go to the gas station. I'm not really trying to talk to nobody. I don't even want to be here that long. I'm trying to get my shit and get the fuck out of here, get to where I'm going. Gas station, don't walk up to talk to me, try to have a conversation.
I wouldn't be here.
Exactly. If I didn't need to eat, to live, and gas to drive my car, I wouldn't be in this motherfucker right now. But that's what's up, Patty. How are you?
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like we're like in a different dimension this past week. Honestly, it felt kind of weird to me.
Really? Yeah. That's because
like
Mercury is in Gatorade right now, and Jupiter
Venus is in retrospect.
Yeah, it's in retrospect right now, and Uranus is in turmoil.
I be saying some weirdness.
I'm saying that's what the woke girls say, right?
When we get big, they're definitely gonna make a compilation of you and all the weird ass out of pocket shit.
I'm at peace with that. I'm okay with that.
Cool with it.
I'm willing to be a meme. I'm willing to be
as long as I get my cut.
Hey, now when they do make us a meme, do we get paid for being a meme?
No, you don't get paid for being a meme. What you gotta do though to be smart, you gotta make your meme an NFT, and then you can get paid.
An NFT or trademark.
See, like I said, because people do that stuff, like that. They'll take that negativity when something happens. They go viral for some negative shit. I've seen people capitalize off that in a good way. Like
NFT though.
NFT, not quite, but that's because that's new. But you can though, because people have turned memes that are famous memes. They've even went and talked to the like you know how they have memes of people pictures. There's that one meme where that kid's like breathe like he's about to his head's about to explode, and then stuff like that. They'll go holler at the people that create those memes and they'll go make them into NFT. I've seen that shit before. So, anyways, that's what's up, Patty. That's right. That's how you feel.
Though, just working.
We're in an alternate universe right now.
It feels like the cosmos shifted or something. I don't know.
I
think it was to the lunar new year too, though. Like I don't know, like.
That's right.
You could just feel like energy, like you know.
That's right. You could feel.
Try to be in tune with
all kind of knowledge, just like random pieces of knowledge.
I just feel like it's super weird. Like who talks like this?
All wisdom and all knowing.
Who thinks like this? Who I swear to God. I just feel super odd. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
Sorry.
At this point, you know what I mean? I know Patty is like, when you're rich and you're a billionaire.
Oh my God.
Patty already rich. Remember we talked about that.
I know. When you're a billionaire though, you don't really, you see the bigger picture. You just don't see like right down the street.
That's why
she's all knowing and all powerful, omnipotent.
People gonna start believing that.
Omnipresent.
Her perspective on life has changed now that she's a millionaire.
Yeah.
But when she become a billionaire, then she gonna see it even more like.
See, and that's the other layer to her. Like right now, we're barely getting used to the fact that she's a millionaire. Eventually, she's gonna drop the bomb on us. And she's gonna be like, "I really was a billionaire this whole time," and get carried off by her henchmen and shit, and placed inside the limousine like she's on her billionaire shit after a while. See, so it's levels. She can't just be like, "I know a billionaire."
Character that you guys are creating, you guys should make that into a series.
It will be. It will be, and it's already been written, not to be used without explicit consent from RiBirth Entertainment Media Films. So you know what I'm saying? Trademarked, and you know what I'm saying. So stop playing with me. I got a lawyer now. I'll fucking, my lawyer's a beast.
So that means it's gonna be.
It's all for litigation though, for business lawyer, huh?
Taking everybody.
She gonna be billionaire P.
She's billionaire P. She's pushing P on a whole different fucking. She's pushing P on a whole different platform. Patience and perseverance will always penetrate people's perception of who you are.
Add it to the clip. That's added to the.
For sure. Pimping. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, that was the hearing. I mean, that was the intro. We everybody's doing good. We're gonna do what we always do, and right about now, we're gonna get into the here and now. This is a segment where we bring up topics from pop culture and random shit we find on the internet, and bring them to you and just give our perspective of our opinion on it. This one's kind of weird, so just follow me. I'm gonna give you guys the breakdown, and then we could talk about it. But TikTok influencer's father shoots his 15-year-old daughter's stalker in a weird, like, bizarre type stalking situation. Naples, Florida. I'm not gonna really say names. Like I said, once again, it's not about. It's the scenario we're talking about, and not the actual thing, the people. So, yeah, I guess she had a lot of following on. She had a lot of following on TikTok, and basically what it was is that she, this dude approached her. I think he was like 18 years old. I believe she was like 14 at the time, something like that. He approached her, wanted to buy some pictures that she already posted on the internet. Nothing crazy, right? She agreed to it.
So he DM'd her, right?
So he DM'd her. She agreed to it, sold it to him. They were already posted. They were like just like, I guess, selfies or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So he wanted to pay her for something he could have simply just took a crazy.
First red flag, right? Number one red flag. And then two, it started progressing. He started asking for more other types of pictures, risky pictures and stuff like that, nudes. And then
hold on. So why?
He's asking a minor.
Not just that,
yes,
but why
that's already
is
fucked
this
up as it is,
minor who is big on social media?
Okay, cause like I said, can I finish saying
sorry,
the narrative? Can I give y'all the breakdown?
we need to make
and
sure
then
he
we
get
can
it
talk
out.
about what we talking about, because it's
Okay.
like it helps a lot, so we know later on the context of the story. So basically, it progressed to that. Eventually, he requested to see her. She blocks him. He keeps finding ways to contact her, different accounts, begging her to stop blocking him, right? Eventually, his dad gets on there and talks to him and says that he better not contact his daughter ever again. I guess somewhere he messaged one of her friends or whatever. I guess it had to be somebody that lived not that far. I'm assuming, because if you have all this time and you're young like that, like I know that's already another strange thing. But he made a comment that he was gonna go see them about something. He went to the house and got to a shootout with her dad, and dad killed him. So my thing is that, okay, that's the scenario. First of all, it's like, what do you feel about that? Like, what is wrong with this situation to begin? What's the red flags? Like, because there's a few of them.
The first one.
Yeah, and the dangers, because really what it is it's all based on, should children be selling pictures online like of themselves? Like,
so the first red flag is that she's 14 and her parents are not monitoring her social media.
Thank you.
Bang.
And this is the primary reason why I agreed with Kanye West about Northeast Southwest
most definitely.
having social media, because
She want to make sure she got the name right one way or another. She was going to say it right.
But I knew it was one of them. I don't know which direction they're going in. But no, this is why he did, like, these are reasons why you don't want your child on social media, and you don't want your child overly exposing. See, one of the things that people be forgetting, like, who was the dude? Pop Smoke, right? Mm-hmm. When they killed Pop Smoke, it was because he took a picture, but the address, the number to the house was inside the picture. Mm-hmm. Kids are not
thinking like that.
Yeah, they are not developed enough to make sure that when you do post something, you make sure that you monitor. Like, we're not putting the address, we're not putting locations, we're not doing any of that, because anything can be hacked. So the first problem I see is the fact that, why do your 14-year-old have this social media that you're not managing? Because you should have been able to see that. You should have caught it. Then the second part is, you sold pictures to an 18-year-old and you're 14, so he's a pedophile. Off back, you shouldn't have been able to sell those pictures. How did you sell those pictures and your parents don't know? How are you having transactions and your parents are unaware of the transactions? Yeah, so I know people think I'm such a hover mother, but this is why. Because we're not going to play that. My baby girl, she is way too sweet. So I need to, like,
and see, the thing with, like, Kanye and Northwest and all that, see, the thing is they got paid security.
But even with them having paid security,
No. What I'm saying is for the average person to think that because they are going to be okay or they're okay, like, that doesn't mean that the average person is going to be okay. Imagine if this child didn't have a dad and nobody owned a gun. What would have happened to this child?
Exactly.
So that's what I mean by that. And so, like,
And then the question becomes, at what point did the dad get involved? Did he get involved after he asked for nudes and she felt uncomfortable and told her dad?
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, and I could be wrong. When I read the article, from what it sounded like, is that she asked her pops if she could sell those first initial photos. So if I'm your dad, why am I letting you fucking sell pictures?
And the dad
of yourself?
agreed.
From what I read, the first one, because I read 2 different articles on the same thing. So when I read the first one, it said that. Now we're gonna say allegedly because we don't know. You know what I mean? But
allegedly.
That's weird though, because that's not like the first time.
That's what I found weird. That's the even reason why I even brought this shit up, because it was already weird to begin with, and that's what I wanted to bring as far as like the aspect of social media and your children and your kids, right? Like what to what degree are you watching them, and if you are like a social media influencer, then how much shouldn't you be paying a lot more attention to what your kid's doing, because your kid's generating money now. Like it's not like you're just getting a lot of likes. You're generating money and getting deals from businesses to, getting little checks and endorsements and shit like that too. So it's like,
which attracts attention from all types of different people.
Well, put you on a bigger stage, like like almost
celebrity.
You know what I mean? So now anybody could be stalking you and be obsessed with your ass and some weird psycho shit. So.
And that's
some parents,
getting your information is not hard nowadays.
Oh,
everything is so
easily accessible. And
a
lot of people know how to
This is why I love sitting next to her. You see how she's my spirit animal? She made sure that the words.
Okay, fucking stepbrothers. Or stepsisters, I guess.
No. You know what
jealous
else
of
I
our
don't
bond?
like? The dude, of course he's jealous, but it's okay. Sorry.
No comment.
But the guy, I feel like he wanted to die. He had a death. He had a.
I think so.
And the reason why I say that is because you playing with fire. So you never. First of all, there was the shotgun. Like he told the friend he can easily find him with the shotgun. The moment you start playing like little games like that, you're like it's almost like playing Russian roulette.
Sounds like there's something off. Yeah.
No, for sure. And look.
To be stalking like that in general, there's something off.
And see, I've had a stalker. I had a guy break into my house, and it took so long to come home. He was like in my bed, sleep, took a shower and everything. I knew all that.
And
like that shit is so uncomfortable.
And what happened?
So that shit is so.
I mean, you ain't gotta talk about it on air if you don't want to talk about it on air. But oh my god.
But yes, it is very uncomfortable. It makes you feel like
in
you violated in so many ways. So the fact that she's 14, this is why I feel like being like, I understand everybody want their kids to like have fun and be able to generate money and all that, but understand everything comes with a cost. And so those are simple conversations that you should have been having with your child about like what you're doing, and if you're gonna be on social media, don't be put in certain locations because it's not hard to find you.
Yeah, and in no way is this a criticism of the victim. Of course, she's still a child and whatnot. This is a criticism of just how the whole situation was kind of like.
Social media is playing out.
Well, this is really a PSA.
Really, yeah. The criticism comes for how it's there was not enough parental involvement in the situation. The parents should be the first when you're making that kind of fucking that kind of move on. What's it called?
That's what's throwing me off is that there's a difference between teenagers will hide stuff from you. But then once you are aware that your teenage child has this much reach and this many followers.
And potentially makes money. And not only that, but it has people that are saying stalker shit to her.
Right. And so there was another situation where it wasn't like that, but it was just odd to me. It was this teenager and her account is ran by her parents. But there's a lot of pictures of her in bathing suits. And I'm like, why are these parents managing this account with this little girl in her bathing suits? She's like 15, 16 and they're innocent, but other people don't look at it like that.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Why am I being paranoid and thinking with
that's what Kanye was saying though. That's exactly what Kanye was saying. Because people... It don't matter. It could be like a neck from the neck up. People will sexualize shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's why I was like,
ooh, you see that nose?
People are sick, bro, for real. So he going back to the
that's odd to me because sometimes I think the parents are like taking advantage or having the wrong
That's for sure. I mean, that ain't nothing new neither. We could all say that.
And so I just think it's important to remember that like the very second that the daughter went to the father to ask if it was okay, that means she recognized that there was a red flag. So how it continued
Yeah, I don't understand that too. Like I
That's
said,
what I'm saying. There's something that's like really.
and going back to the kid, he was a fucking psycho weirdo. To be honest with you, you know,
There was
he had
something off.
something.
There was
Something had to be
mentally off.
wrong with him, and for that to happen. So I mean, that like we brought this up as like you could say like a damn near a PSA.
Yeah.
The reason why we're getting it because we got kids and we know and shit like this hits close to home because we all have kids, and especially now that the social media era is what it is. At any time, your child can be in front of a large audience, you know, exposed in the sense that, and because they're not used to that, you know, and being
and
naive.
to them, again, they aren't thinking like that.
Exactly, they're naive to how people really are.
Mindsets where like I'm just doing a TikTok dance.
Yeah.
I'm just
Look,
you
my
know.
kids don't even have TikTok. In fact, my daughter asked me, "How old do I have to be to get a TikTok account?"
I'm sorry, but
I said 16.
I'm one of those parents that I don't
I
believe.
agree, like,
I don't believe that my child, like, people make little baby accounts of their kids, like, oh, taking hella pictures of them, and it's an account of their child, and it's always showing dressed up, different outfits and all that. It's like a documenting their life and shit. I'm like, yo, they're just way too young. Why do you want to show every little single part of your kids to everybody?
Well, I'll say
They're not. That's not their intention.
I think
their
some
intention
people
is just to share and to be proud.
But but see, that's
and
the
some
thing.
people are
But
doing it
it's- it does-
specifically
what I'm
for a
saying-
business. So if you are doing it for a
That's
business, you know what? But no,
That's-
Serious, and that's what we were just talking about. That's like I think part of the reason why this girl got a stalker because her parents were
But
like
you gotta think
allowing
about
her to use whatever sort of influence she had and monetize off of it, not thinking about is it safe.
I'm just not
But
all for. I'm just
But
not
it's
for everybody
going to
having
be
hella.
safe. That's the thing. It's not going to be safe because the way the internet is set up is everybody have access. So there's always certain precautions that you have to take just in general.
Yeah.
That I think some people, like, I understand that your kids feel like it's innocent, but you as a parent should, like, you are old enough to know.
My just thing
bullshit
is that I'm not judging people do what they want. Me personally, that's not my preference because I don't want hella pictures where just of my child in from their little to all the way grown just floating around on the internet where
Is that any
anybody
different, though, from,
any
like,
sick fuck.
Like kids being like models or actors and actresses.
No.
and things like
I'm
that?
not. I'm not debating that. What I'm saying is that me personally, that's my preference. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you want, if you want your child to be a model and you have her best interest and you're going to take care of her, there is successful people
Exactly.
that raise their kids and are able to take care of them. So me personally, my preference, I don't like that shit though. That's why I said that. I'm not questioning like there's different circumstances for everybody and everybody different. But me personally, I ain't with that
Listen,
shit.
you
So
know what? I think I'm that person.
it's all
I take a bunch of pictures. Like, I was so bad when I had Michael. I took a picture of his first poop and sent it in a mass text message to everybody.
That's like your family and friends, though. I feel
No,
like that's different. Like
No,
the internet
originally
is
I
like.
posted it. His dad
Yeah.
made me take it down.
I would have did the same thing.
He was like,
yeah.
"Why would you post some stupid shit like that?" I'm like, "Oh my god, it's my baby's first poop in the toilet."
Look at it. Look, it's floating right there. It looked like a payday. You know what I'm saying?
But my point is, I think sometimes I really think the like
Sharing.
the oversharing comes from just excitement, right?
I get that, but it should be excitement for you,
Not
for
just
yourself.
that, but that's like at the point you're trying to this is the evolution of social media and
Yeah.
the result of it. Like just like when girls like, oh, I went to the beach, and and I'm with my friends, and some pervert's like, oh, it's just girls at the beach, and they prey on them and they're predators.
What I look
you have
at
to
it
now
like this.
think like sharing can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Right.
And my thing is,
That's
and
sad
from
as
my
fuck.
perspective, it's like we said, you can't give everybody shouldn't have this much access to you.
Shouldn't
Period.
give
Yes, that
So
part is
to
true.
everybody.
so like if you're on social media with it, and you only got like a private account with friends, that's cool. There's still a possibility to end up out there, but it's less likely if you're like trying to model your kids. Or if you have a whole page, like
Or
I
they're
know
actually
people.
influencers,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
have
what
a
they
whole
do in
page
a
where people are like, "Hi, my name is it," and they're speaking from the perspective of their like 3-year-old daughter, knowing damn well your daughter didn't type that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is my account. Follow me on my adventures, and then it's like, okay, like that's a little extra. You do what I'm saying?
So I feel like it's interesting that we're talking about this because I have been debating. So my baby girl, I've already started the thing for her, which is a cooking show.
Yes.
That we're gonna do. I won't say no names of none of the businesses, but also my son, he makes stuff with pipe cleaners. So
You told
like
me
he
that.
watches
And how old are
episodes.
they? How old are
See,
they?
and that's cute.
Right, and so everybody keep telling me to create them a page,
Yeah.
so we can start like documenting it. But then the question again becomes, like, if I give you this much access to my child, one, I have to be comfortable with criticism, and I'm hella hypersensitive.
And, you know,
I'll
people
find you
talk
and whoop
shit,
your
yeah,
ass.
and people
we ain't
talk
gonna play
shit.
no games. And then the other thing is also, like I said, my baby girl, she's super sweet. I never want, when you start opening certain doors, I would never want people to feel like they can just approach her. I need you to understand my kids are
So
off
that's
limits.
gonna be
And that's
your role if that's the life you
Yeah.
choose, to protect her and
Yeah.
find a way how to do so. Because
How
And
to-
the
how to-
protection
how to-
part is the reason why I haven't done it yet, because I don't feel
'Cause there's that
secure
one
in how
kid-
I can ensure their safety about
Well, I
certain
think
things.
like this. Look, you're obviously the parent that's not trying to just. When I say those pictures, like stuff like that, is unnecessary stuff, because it's like them parents really don't think about that stuff, or they don't care. You know, some probably do and then just do it anyways. The fact that you care lets me know that you're going to make sure that you have that buffer between them. Because I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't knock the kid that's online, you know what I'm saying, that
the
opens up
biggest
toys.
YouTuber last
and
year was a kid, but everything, of course, is ran. But I think he was like 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah, I think this just,
and it
to
was
me, it's
ran
just
by their
for my
parents,
preference,
though.
it's just a certain age limit. When they're like infants and babies, and then like up until like 7, 8 years old, I really don't want hella pictures of them floating around like
No, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Especially like you realize people take pictures of people like. Okay, so putting y'all a little bit too much in my business. When I was younger, I was like in maybe like the 6th grade, and I had this guy that I really liked, and I took a picture. It had nothing to do with me or him, and I was like, look, this is gonna be a picture of our baby. So when you start putting stuff out there like that, like people can do weird ass shit, and you be like, what?
Yeah. So it's the one where it's just the fine line. Like, if you really care and speaking before you even said this, right? You already said, like, hell no, I'm the parent. I'm gonna be involved. See, that's the difference between like some of these kids that do it on their own, and then it starts blowing up, and then the parents get wind of it, and they're like, oh, you know what I mean? It's different. So,
right.
You know,
if that's your intention, you can prepare for it.
Yeah, and
you can
and I
figure
feel
out
like
a way
it's
to do it, and it's like, because then what are we teaching our kids if they're like, no, you can't go after your dreams because we're scared that something might happen to you?
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
that's what I
that
don't
message
wanna
as
do.
well. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's fucked up. Like, they shouldn't, like the bad people, however you want to say
my thing
it,
is that
shouldn't win.
when they're like infants, for me, when going back to what I was saying, they don't know what their dreams are yet. So why are you trying to make them or to be perceived as something they're not? Huh?
I'm giving them their dream.
Fucking, and what's it called? What was that? What was the mom manager and shit?
Tiger moms?
No, what's it called? Remember Honey Boo Boo and all that shit? The mom.
I
What
don't
the fuck was the mom's name?
June or
I forgot. She was on a show, some fucking old ass reality show. Anyways, look,
Again,
we're gonna keep it
another
moving.
show.
June, I think her name
Look,
was.
another show I've never watched.
Another show, and
Again,
you know,
it's not like you're missing out on.
and that's because as hella young, she be in the club and shit, wilding out and shit. She
I
don't
mean,
know.
like,
She don't
twerk,
watch
twerk,
that.
twerk.
You know what I mean? So look, we're gonna go ahead and jump to the next topic. The cast of the Martin Show is having its 30th year reunion on BT. It's gonna be like a special 1 episode. Are you here for that? Patty?
Go ahead now.
He said Patty.
I said
know,
Patty.
but
I said Patty.
Because mine, like I said, I like whatever works. Like, if it's good, then it's good. Like, even if it's not exactly like the original, as long as it's genuine and authentic. But that's not your guys' opinion.
No, I'm anti.
I'm in the middle somewhere. Go ahead.
So it's like part of me want to see it and pray that they are just funny as fuck, but the other part of me is like, I'm telling y'all, Bel Air fucked it up for me. No, I don't want them to do it because I feel like I'm going into it and I'm going comedy. They may throw in drama. Tommy is deceased, right?
Yeah.
So we don't even have Tommy. So did Pam and Tommy not get together? Did Pam end up with somebody else? And what's the storyline behind that? Like, it just can go in so many different ways. Will there be a spinoff? Like, how are we actually going to do that? Did Cole ever actually marry Big Shirley? Like, There's too many
shit.
questions.
But see, that's the thing. That's why.
questions.
But that's why. See, it's not a show where they're acting.
they
It's
make
like
an
a sit down where
appearance?
they're talking, they interview, and they talk. They're gonna be telling stories and revisiting clips and stuff. So that's why I want to watch it. That's what I'm
it's
saying.
a reunion show?
It's a reunion show. Now the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that's a different thing. It's a
That was some
reimagining.
bullshit.
Yeah, I really don't dig it neither because it looks hella like I think my problem with how they're doing modern day sitcoms, they're a little too polished to where the point where everybody looks like a model.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's just not
It's
reality.
Not a sitcom. Bel-Air, the new Bel-Air isn't a sitcom.
What is it?
It's a drama.
Well,
I
excuse
just
me.
feel
Well,
like
not well. What I mean by an episodical type style show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your typical one that goes on TV.
Genre and
Yeah, that's
format
that.
is
So
totally
you're right.
different.
You're right. So, but you know, in the episode style format like that, like, you know, I don't like that. I don't like them when everything looks polished and everybody looks like a fucking model and everyone. You know, that shit's not reality, bro. I don't. Even if you live in Bel Air, everybody don't look like that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So I mean, be biased because of the older one and shit. Maybe the older one was the same way for all I know, but. Nah, I'm not with the
But so
certain
for the
kind
reunion,
of remix.
we're good on the market.
We're good on the reunion though. I want to know
I'm
because
still on the fence.
I want to know stories.
I want to know stories, but I also don't want you to tell me stuff that would change my mind about. Like,
I
Fuck
do.
up your childhood.
Ruin your childhood.
no, right? Like in real life, so there was a story before about the reason why stuff was, or the reason why it didn't continue with in real life, Martin Lawrence kept making passes at
Allegedly.
allegedly.
yeah.
That was the thing, and they didn't and then allegedly Martin Lawrence is really friends with the woman who played Pam. Like they were real friends, but also Pam was best
Gina?
friends with the Gina girl. Like, and so there was like this whole triangle.
A weird
and
dynamic.
depending on what y'all say, like I may have to be coming into defense for somebody. Like y'all gonna make me feel like y'all got me fucked up. You not gonna get at him like that. Like I don't know. So I'm just like,
You just kind of want to let sleepy
I mean,
dogs
since
lie.
it's a-
yes. I just feel
well,
like
good enough, be
sometimes
good enough.
they say knowledge is powerful, and I don't want the knowledge. Leave me in the dark.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that they're gonna dig up any of the negativity. They're only probably
But the
just gonna
internet
stick
will.
to. I mean, the
trying
internet.
to keep it light and happy.
Yeah, the
Things are
internet.
trying
I mean,
to-
the internet already has. You could go search that up right now. That whole story. I've seen it a couple.
That's
places
my
too.
point. It came up. I noticed it once they started talking about the reunion thing. Like y'all ruined my childhood. Like just.
I mean, you can't. It is what it is. I mean, shit. That was a different time. That's how they were living, and that probably did fuck it up. But at the same time, let's keep it 1,000 though. Towards the end, Martin wasn't really that great anymore. It wasn't really.
It
that
wasn't.
good.
Yeah, the show wasn't.
The show.
all
It
that
was.
fun.
It was kind of hitting its. You know what I mean. Its last couple little. You know what I mean. So
After they got married, right?
shit. Damn
Yeah,
near.
it kind of fell off.
It
Like
felt-
just the storyline, just kind
It
of.
just wasn't as authentic.
Or maybe it just
anymore.
had its run. Like I'm not gonna like. Maybe
Well, I think-
it's because what was happening behind the scenes, the chemistry on set
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
the
off.
same.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
problem. It just didn't have the
So-
same like vibe. Like it just.
A lot of shows did like that. A lot of shows were like that though.
Yeah,
they
Like
tapered
Married
off
with
a bit.
Children was really big, and then it kind of. But
think-
then, so now, what about the Bel Air and
I
like
ain't
the
fucking with
redoing
that
the
shit.
sitcoms or
can't
bringing back classics, but in different format.
So
different
this is what I'll
genres.
say. I do like once I learned how it started, I think that is awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me as a fan of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, then to watch the show and feel like this show is giving me anxiety. Why is there so much drama? Like it was fun. Like I really feel like just leave the perfection where it is. And so now you going and like even I saw in one of the clips, it was talking about like now he's at Bel Air Prep and he's like, I'm always gonna rep Philly, and he's like super pro black and like yeah he did, and I'm not saying that that's wrong, but now you're starting to intertwine what the show was and give it like a different spin, but more of like a powerful, impactful, I'm assuming kind of, and it's just like, oh my god, so I'm not gonna laugh at all.
You're making it real deep, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Like, God, I want to be
She
able
wanted
to,
to
just,
watch it and have the funnies. She
Yes.
wanted it to be light and enjoyable.
I just felt like in real life, the first episode, it gave me a lot of anxiety. But I also said that's the reason why I don't watch certain things. Like, if I've lived it, what the fuck do I want to watch it on TV for?
That's why I don't watch judge shows. That's why I don't watch cop shows. I don't watch jail shows. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I done lived all that shit. There's nothing that you guys gonna show me that I want to watch.
Old school, hood classics that I don't watch. Everybody watches them over and over again. I'm like, that was our life. I'm not watching that. Like, that just like makes me. No, I'm good. Sometimes it's good. It's a good. They're great because they capture how we felt, but maybe too much. Too
when
good.
You're capturing the truth, and first of all, when you're capturing the truth and then you're stringing it along for several episodes, it's like, damn, we still in this place. Ugh.
Yeah,
I just want to laugh. So I feel like, I think the reunion, it could be good. I'm just afraid that the internet is going to conjure up so much bullshit that it will begin to shift the opinions of how I view y'all. And I've always viewed y'all as
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm all for the battlefield that is the internet and the memes that will come from this, because I take them all with a grain of salt. He likes
to watch the chaos. He likes to watch the village burn, the kingdom burn.
I am Braveheart.
He likes to watch from the hills and
No.
Look what I started.
I am Braveheart. I am in the middle of the field with the rest of everything going on around me. With everything going on around, I'm in the middle of the field with all the shit, swinging my sword too. I love
he doesn't know
shit.
what side he's on though.
I'm swinging it in a circle I don't give a fuck. I listen to this shit.
It's like if you come in front of me and I'm swinging my sword and I hit you, it's not my fault.
It's your fault. Okay, so fuck it. I'm here for it. We'll find out. It's to be determined. We'll find out when it pops out what happens.
Hey, when is it coming on?
You know what?
I think it's only streaming.
It is. It's gonna be on BT Plus.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm just so fucking sick of all these fucking. You gotta subscribe to the stream of the bullshit. I'm at the point where I'm not paying for shit else, and I wait for everybody else to record it and put it online, and then I'm watching.
Or just use somebody else's password.
Do you know that
y'all share?
Essentially what we're doing streaming is what. When we were watching antenna TV and it shifted into cable. Because what is it on your cable bill? You pay for the standard TV package, then you pay for each additional channel that you like for your lineup.
Yeah, packages.
It's a subscription, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's literally the same thing, only it's not cable now because you're not home, it's on your phone.
It's just TV on demand.
It's just TV on demand, exactly. So now people are like, oh, it's cheaper to stream. I'm like, yeah, if you're only using Netflix and Hulu or something. But when you got 4, 5, 6, 10 fucking subscriptions
it's
to
about
shit,
cable's
it's
price.
about the same price as cable a month.
Well, I could tell you now, I don't even pay for cable. I just pay for Hulu. But the bundle package is $100, and you get the stars and the HBO, and then you get the ESPN. That is the only thing I'm not doing.
Well, see, the thing is,
and I don't even fucking watch TV. I'm paying for shit for these fucking kids.
Exactly.
I don't even watch this shit.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
That just made me mad.
And you know what? You're paying for these kids to watch these shows about another show that you grew up watching, and it's ruining your childhood now. You dig what I'm saying?
But
no, you're actually right about that, because my son, he watches the Flintstones, he watches the Jetsons, he watches Animaniacs. He just told my daughter. Yeah, he just told my daughter that she has the brain the size of a pea. I said, "Where'd you hear that from?" He said, "Brain said it, Mom. You said it to Pinky." I'm like, oh shit! I did watch Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah.
You hella rude. Don't say that to your sister no more. But
you know that's a remake of the old ones, right? They remade.
Yeah, he literally all the old school shit.
So just know our children will be the reason why they remake our childhood classics, and we hate probably.
But we've
80%
remade our parents' childhood classics as well. The Flintstones have been around.
No, you're right. You're definitely
and
right.
And they thought that theirs version was the best. You know what I mean? And so.
Well,
when
it
they
is
start
what it
doing
is.
3D TV.
All we're really saying here is that we're getting kind of old, is what we're saying. So look.
That's not what I said. Hold on.
Oh, I forgot. Ann just turned 21. I forgot. She's 21 like Adele.
I'm still out here hitting the Megan knees. Okay.
She did the wobbly wobbly. So look, Freddi Gibs says that these rappers better start rapping, or rap is going to be gone in 5 years. And I think what he means by that is because Freddi Gibs is more of a lyrical type rapper where it's not so much melodies and catchy choruses and stuff like. It's definitely he's not the club banger type stuff or what's on the radio pop and what's hot, you know, the top charts of rapping. Yeah, go ahead. So he said that, and I don't think that's true actually. I don't know how. What do you think about that?
I definitely don't think it's true. I think that music is naturally going to evolve, but even underground rapping is still like a big thing.
Mm-hmm. No, it is a big thing, and it goes back to what we were saying about the Super Bowl. I mean, the streaming sales of.
I feel like
the streaming sales of
lyricists anymore, though.
I mean, I feel like there is that when people make a generalization about music, they have to understand. You got to understand something, that rap is now a big genre. It's it wasn't just a genre with only one way or style of doing things. It used to be like that and evolved. It went from coast to coast to down south, and it's still evolving now. It's worldwide, obviously, right? So it's not the one where you could say, oh, that I don't feel like they don't. There's a lot of dope lyricists out there that are new and modern. No, I know, yeah, mainstream. We're right, because mainstream's all about styles and trends. And traditionally, people that are more lyrical and have messages, that's more of a traditional style of rapping now, if you think about it, right? But I feel like it's still a lot of... There's still a lot of it. There's right now you could find literally a subgenre of rap that appeals to you that's current from an artist that recorded it in the last year. You dig what I'm saying? Right. So,
but if it's not in the spotlight, doesn't it eventually kind of disappear?
No, because people that love shit will always love shit. Like, I love old school.
But,
hold on. I'm trying to answer your thing. Give you an example. People love old school cult movies that fucking sucked when they came out, and we came out to terrible acclaim and didn't get a lot of notoriety, but enough people seen them. And that's what I mean about the genre. It's like real music never really fucking dies. There's somebody right now that still listens to fucking rockabilly and all that other kind of fucking 1950s shit. You dig what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying.
But eventually it disappears.
No.
Like Chuck Berry.
He didn't disappear. What do you mean? They still fucking...
But it's not...
They're still remaking his music.
Right now, yeah, to this day.
But him...
Well, he's dead. He's like old.
Not that, but again, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
it hasn't disappeared. Prince music ain't disappeared.
It's kind of like Prince is fairly new still, but it's like if you've, I don't know, maybe I'm just because I'm from like a music major, and I've like you actually study how music.
You see how she just flexed on us real quick?
No,
to let us know, put us in our place about what we're saying.
She's making sure that's where you do that professional check.
Yeah, like,
that's what that was.
Like, I'm not just saying this to say this, y'all.
You do see styles disappear no matter what. Like, in a sense, just like Beethoven, like he's like, but
Beethoven is still being sampled to this day, and his fundamentals of what he did is still being. Yeah, I don't understand what you're saying either.
Because you're not letting me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies.
So it's not that if you go and you go in the mall and you yell Beethoven or you yell Juice WRLD, what are you going to get more of a reaction to? What is more relevant? What is more real?
Well, relevance is it's what do you call that? It's a
subjective term. But if we're sitting here saying also, mainstream,
but we're not just saying mainstream. We're saying in general, like what we're saying.
But that's what I think Freddi Gibs is referring to. He's referring to that rap isn't gonna be like rock and roll is still around. R&B is still around. Blues and country music's still around.
Country's major.
But blues was actually like the very foundation of music in the 1900s in America. You don't...
Blues evolved into what we're seeing today.
Yeah, but it's not blues. And it is, in a sense, has disappeared from music.
But R&B is for rhythm.
It's the same thing as like classical music. European melodies are just embedded in our American culture for music. Same thing with the rhythm. The rhythm is from Africa. The beats come from the African drums and things like that. There's no way you can have American history in music without those. But the styles do go away. Like,
well, I'm gonna tell you like this.
So that's
you're right.
I'm just thinking like that.
But we had this conversation. Now it's crazy that you're talking about this. We had this conversation last night. Tennessee Whiskey. Country, but it's also bluesy.
Love that song.
It's also blues. You could tell it's blues. It has a lot of blues in it, right? That was like a major smash hit in the current now. Now, what you're talking about is like these old people. I think you're confusing the old people with the genre. Like once like, because Chuck Berry, obviously, every star doesn't remain at the forefront. And also,
no, that's not what I'm saying.
No, but listen, let me finish what I'm saying. But pop culture isn't the absolute tell-all of where a music genre is going and where an artist is at. Like, there's a lot of artists right now that aren't on the pop culture spectrum where everybody's talking about them and all the gossip and what we would consider to be major extreme, but they're out there selling out arenas still.
Right.
And they're out there, and their influences in music could be seen in these generations now, which, like you said...
okay, so maybe not 5 years.
Maybe not styles. Maybe
not
not
5
styles.
years.
Maybe artists, but not styles.
But if things are going at the pace that they're going... and rap is considered what rap is now, like a Juice WRLD type style.
But rap is so, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Rap is so extensive now.
Okay, so I think it's what he's defining as rap. That's where
it's his perspective.
It's what
obviously,
defining as what he's saying.
So this is
rap.
what I will say.
Because spoken word is rap, technically, right?
It is.
It's
and spoken word has been around since for centuries.
We also got to remember and look at the person and understand when they're trolling and when they're saying something that makes sense. For instance, like I said. Just the fact that the Super Bowl spotlight put these artists that are legendary classics, started a whole subgenre of music, of rap, and started a whole style which you could still hear elements of their styles in current music. Just because it put them up there and it boosted them up to the sales and it boosted them back up on the charts with their songs, that lets you know right there that this shit is not really dead. Now they're older, right? But that means that there's still a hunger for that sound out there. And like I said, there's a lot of artists that maybe not mainstream. For instance, Currency has a throwback style. If you think about it, it's not a current style at all. Right. But he's out there. He has a large following and he makes money. Huh?
I know what you're saying, but I have to disagree.
I would, if we're talking about doing melodies and singing and the shit that Freddi Gibs is talking about, then he doesn't have a current style. Yeah, where we're talking about a style that's just out there that's really like Don Kennedy, I was telling you. He doesn't sing melodies and do all that shit, but his style is very much current. It's just different, and it's different to what people consider current now. Right. We're just talking pop culture, that's it. But the reality of it is that hip hop and rap is multifaceted. It has a lot of different sides to it. Whatever might have the mainstream's focus on that doesn't mean that the outside has lost any relevance at all, because it's actually quite contrary. Because
think about it has pop. Okay, so there's pop music as a genre, and then pop music as just music that is popular. So like pop music, Britney Spears, NSYNC, like does pop music exist anymore? Or is trap music
I thought pop music was always just the popular music. It wasn't like a genre. It ain't a genre. I didn't consider it as a genre because whatever it is that they do. So then
back in the day was NWA pop music?
For instance, hold on, we're getting away from it though. We're getting away from it, and
no,
it was
because we're referring to two different concepts.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, regardless, NWA was considered rap music, but it became also pop music because it wasn't popular and it was trending and it was at the time.
Okay, so I'm referring to like bubblegum, Britney Spears.
But that's what I'm trying. Let me finish that. Let me finish.
Does pop music exist anymore?
Allow me to finish. You're getting it confused. Like,
no, I'm
even
not
that. No. But listen to me. Let me explain it real quick though, because pop music, it doesn't matter what genre it is. It's still a genre. Listen to me, but you're not letting me finish though. Let me get to my point.
Because I know what
but
you're
let me
saying.
I haven't got to my point. I'm breaking it down though. So, like I said, pop music could be anything. So when we're talking about bubblegum shit like that, that's still considered music. It could be EDM. It could be fucking rock or fucking you know what I'm saying? Like lighthearted rock. Pop music is a different thing. It's whatever the main focus on the spotlight is that translate to everybody, not just people that like rock, not just people that like EDM, not just people that like rap. It's something that's so universal because of the way most of the time it's marketed. Yeah. That's what pop music is. It ain't an actual genre. We're like, I'm gonna make a what's it called?
No, but
you know what I mean? It's not.
I know popular music is just. I know that's what I'm saying. I knew because popular music just can be referred to as two different things. So, but my question is. What would you consider what Britney Spears was, or NSYNC, or all of those types of, what kind of music would you consider that?
That's pop music.
Okay, so does pop music in that sense still exist today?
Yeah.
With who?
You got Kid Laroi.
JoJo Siwa, don't you?
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
We could go Ariana Grande before she kind of got grown and
that's pop
transitioned.
music?
That was pop music. What she's
Was.
doing now, well, you got to
Was.
think of it. She got past a certain age because pop is safe. Pop is universal, right? That's what they trying to do. And even if NWA became popular music, hold on. Can I finish real quick? It's safe. It's universal. Now you gotta let each other finish so we could know.
Hey, I wish they could be in here seeing y'all. It's so funny.
No, we always talk like this. We really have debates about shit like that. So, but I just forgot what I was saying. Go ahead.
Oh, because pop music, in a sense, to me, is disappearing as that sort of genre. Pop, like that genre is kind of what is now considered, has taken that place as like the majority of what it is now like trap music in a sense, like trap rap music.
Well,
so I'm saying, so my point is, pop to me, in my opinion, is kind of disappearing. Is that what might happen in a sense to rap? And is that what Freddi Gibs is talking about? I don't know.
And pop is not disappearing.
I don't feel
and
like
so
it is
I'll
neither,
tell you
but
why.
that's how
I'll
she
tell you
feels.
why I feel it's not disappearing, because you still got to remember the kids' bops. Pop is always going to be tailored towards
it's a lot about our songs though.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm just saying kids' bop as a whole. But what I mean to say is like that bubblegum music. There's kids are always going to have like their Nickelodeons, their Disneys, and they have to have something universal that still has a catchy like sound to it that would be considered appropriate for children. And so that's a lot of times if you look at like the Britney Spears and all of that, and then look at movies like Clueless, they were pulling they make songs specifically to tailor towards these type of things. So as long as as long as that need is there, they're always gonna make it. So like JoJo Siwa, she can actually go on tour. She has music. I didn't know she had music. My kids knew she had music, but
I mean,
she had music.
but it's not as big as it was. But I see what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is,
it's not as big to
die.
you because you're not really on things. We notice more when we're actually into those things. When we're not into them, it's easy for us to tune them out. But just like the Super Bowl, once again, people are like, I don't watch Super Bowl on this. You know how many millions upon millions upon millions of people actually watch the Super Bowl, and yet still I could go reach out to somebody and be like, you didn't see it. You dig what I'm saying?
Right. But
so a lot of big shit could be happening. You just don't have idea because it's not your shit.
Rapping in that sort of style is more in your face as to opposed to when pop was like the main.
So I would say that is based off of now, because everything is on an algorithm thing. I think that may be based off algorithm, and I'll tell you why. So like I have my cell phone. I have 2 cell phones and I have a tablet. What will pull up for this algorithm? This is why I know about the JoJo Siwa, and like there's this song that they always sing, dance to the beat with my own drum. I know that pop stuff is still there, and it is always going to be found on my tablet, and it is now embedded within the algorithm, right? But for what I listen to when I'm in the car, when I'm by myself, it would never show up. It would never like funnel through on accident, anything, because I don't look for it. So I do feel like part of this whole
it's what you look for.
What we think is hot.
Yeah, what we think
no,
is
it's
hot.
not what you think is hot. It's what you're interested in, because it's the reason why you don't think it's a lot, because you probably don't look up a lot of pop music
not
like
hot,
that.
But like relevant.
Not hot, but yeah, I know what you mean. But that's
yeah.
just my way of saying it. But that's why it doesn't pop. Like you're saying, because it caters to what it thinks you want. So whenever you search something, it narrows more down tries to get more specific to that which you like. It tries to guess what you like. See, I want you to, when you get a chance, go on the radio on the way home and turn it to a pop 40 thing. You'll see. You'll see.
I listen to all types of music, and that's what I'm saying. And even a lot of the pop stations, it's not necessarily pop music, so to speak, or what pop was considered.
But it's never been that.
Even Kid Laroi is
it's never been that. It's always been like EDM with Madonna. She done switched her style hella times and did all kinds of shit. It's always been EDM. It's always been like lighthearted, like bouncy poppy, like not pop, but like fluffy rock
like
and shit.
And
you guys also gotta remember that like as music has been progressing, remember when we were kids, everything was separate. So like the rappers only dealt with rappers.
And they would only be on certain charts
now,
too.
So that's
you
what
can
I'm saying,
get
like,
a country song
happening.
Yeah, now you'll get a country song and you will get a rapper on the country song, and it's starting to blend.
It's kind of like though, because like okay, so like our parents' R&B, like the Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire. We don't have R&B like that. Like we do have, again, if you go looking for it, you'll find it.
But
I do miss old school R&B.
That's what I'm saying, and it kind of, in a sense, disappeared.
Side note. Side note, no. Listen,
always
once
gonna be
again,
there.
if you know, you
But-
know. Because listen to Bruno Mars,
Yeah.
Anderson .Paak. Listen to a lot of these artists.
But it's not as prevalent as
But
it
it
was.
is
So I'm
because
just
you
saying,
still
like,
have her.
my point is that it might be possible that rap disappears.
It could be possible, but it's also possible.
But I don't know.
It's not prevalent to you because also, like I said, your generation. It's not like how Ann said before. It wasn't like everything's segregated now. Like in a sense,
And that's
again.
what I'm saying. The homogeny, like it coming together, makes things kind of.
Also-
I always have a word I gotta look up by the time I leave her.
kind of
Yeah.
like how they said in 2050 that there's not going to be anything sort of in a sense like as race because everybody's so mixed that there's
That's
no.
So look, check it out
So,
though.
I don't know.
To give some
Listen.
perspective on all this,
That's a big debate.
and I'm sure we all know this, that rap music right now is the number one.
I never
genre.
want rap to go away. I'll be
Listen
sad
to me.
that ever happened.
Rap is the number one genre in the world right now. It does more sales and more revenue than
Yeah,
any
now
other.
it's the pop music.
It's the pop, exactly. So that's why what you're saying. So like I said, it all goes back to what is on the forefront. Whose fucking phone is ringing like
It's
that?
yours. No,
No,
it's
it's
mine.
it's hers.
Take it off the charger so it don't like. I'm sorry.
It's
I
all
was over
good.
there looking
I'm like, is that me? I'm like, damn, I'm fucking up right now. In the podcast. But no, look. So just remember that. So it is going to be a lot more hip hop. So I don't understand where he was saying. I think what he's saying was kind of like a troll and a jab towards the major artists that are out right now, the new generation, because Freddi Gibs is older. He's in his
Definitely.
mid to late 30s.
That's definitely
So
what he was referring to.
he's and he's talking about it's going to disappear. Well, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, how could it ever disappear? You know, what it just sounded at a jab because he doesn't feel like his style of rap shit is getting the attention that it deserves, and rightfully so. I feel like rap used to be a little bit of everything. You used to have all kinds of styles. Everybody had their own unique shit. You could tell somebody was from the South. You could tell somebody's from the West. You could tell somebody's from the Midwest. Now everybody sounds like everything from everywhere. So it makes it like that. You know what I mean? Because the influences, and it's no different than anything else. Everything's mingling. Everything is getting crossed. And whether it's rap or whether it's Anderson .Paak and fucking Bruno Mars or who else, like Kendrick Lamar when he does funk type beats where and he raps over them. Those styles I don't think ever go nowhere. They just evolve. Like the classics are always going to be classics. Of course, the classics are never going to be at the forefront unless stuff like the Super Bowl happens and then it gets thrust back into pop culture, or Versus happens and it gets thrust back into pop culture, and the people that lived it get an opportunity to show the people that maybe might have grew up when they were little listening to it or never even heard it at all. It brings it back to the
TikTok's
forefront.
doing that a lot.
Yeah, so to what I look at it is like it's impossible. It's like music is good music is gonna be around forever. Will it always be at the forefront pushing the envelope? No, because that's up to the new to give us something different. What will we complain about? Oh, there ain't no music like this no more, no music like that no more. If all music only stayed like how we liked it, it wouldn't never grow nowhere. It would be the same shit, and eventually it'd be what it is kind of now because it's cannibalizing itself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't look at it like that, but everybody has the right to their opinion and what they think, and it's all about just remember. Nah, bro, we talk. You should see some of the debate. That's nothing. Like you should literally ask her. That's nothing.
That's why he's my family, because I need somebody who can handle this.
Yeah.
Like
she knows no matter what, we'll argue and yell and get mad, but it ain't ever gonna be like I ain't fucking with Patty no more because she said something I didn't like.
No. Again, I'm Latina and I'm passionate.
Yes. So
it was beautiful to watch. Like
that's my family though. Like you gotta understand that. Okay, so we're done with the here and now. That was pretty good. We're doing about an hour and 7 minutes. We're rocking and rolling. We're gonna jump right into the main conversation because it's really funny. And you was outside yesterday living your best life.
I was outside yesterday, honey. Outside. It was fun.
Okay, so tell me what happened.
So I ran into. Okay, I don't know how to
Cue
say
the music. This where you hear the back that ass up drop at the first dun 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 dun. Yeah, exactly.
No, but so I went out last night and I got to meet somebody who was actually super cool, and I had it ready, but then the phone.
It's all right. Go ahead. Go.
But anyway, so while I was there,
talk your shit.
I realized. So like I said earlier, I've missed like human contact. So it felt good to go out. But I got out there and was like, wait, am I auntie? What's the age limit on going to the club? Like, I don't understand. Like, and then I'm like, these kids is in here. Like, girl,
But you said you seen a whole bunch of different ages.
It was. I feel like everybody used to be outside. So there was one guy. He was vertically challenged. Let's say that. And like he jumped behind me while I was dancing, and I looked back, couldn't see him. I was like, oh, but I feel your hand, so something is touching me. Like, what is going on? I look back, and it is a man that is old enough to be my granddaddy, like in real life. And he had a different beat. That's why I kept getting thrown off, because I'm like, what is this like techno song that's in your head while we dancing to this? I don't get it.
This shit ain't the same song. It ain't even the same rhythm, huh?
He's like, I'm
He was
like,
getting it in. He was over there pity patting on.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God. Okay, then you walk in, you see young girls, and I'm like, okay, these girls, they trying to be cute. And then I'm a person, I scan head to toe. And I'm like, she got on this cute sequins dress. It looked like she really like, I'm like, oh, I may be underdressed because I wasn't dressed for this. Like, y'all said a club
You
in
can't
Tracy.
go do the work, though.
I mean, listen, I achieved the goal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I looked all the way down to her feet, and she had on slides. Like, did we forget that we supposed to wear heels? And then, mind you, while I'm in there, I see somebody who I used to change their diaper. Why am I in here with you? Why are you a part of this? Like, what the fuck?
You didn't tell me that part.
I know I didn't. And I'm just like, oh my God, how is this possible? Like, but at the same time, like,
there was people older than you there too.
Then there was a dude, because when I walked past, I said, oh my God, it looked like everybody like just turned 18. Like, some of these people look weird. And as I'm saying that to my friend, a dude is like, I'm 47. What?
He's like, hey baby, need a sugar daddy?
At 47, probably not.
Hey,
I would have took
let me
the
buy
dude that
you
was
a
definitely
drink.
87 trying to dance behind me. But it just really made me feel like, am I auntie now? Like, am I PT? Should I be in this club with you people? Or should I be like...
Okay, so that raises the question.
What's the age for going to the club? Like, is there
What's the
age?
cutoff, you mean?
Well, yeah, is there a cutoff, really? Because in real life, we should be the ones at the club because the kids can't even afford the bottle service and everything else.
Yeah,
so,
the club should
right.
not be for kid. Like, that's what's weird to me.
Man, but see,
I'm
the thing
telling
is, you
you.
got to understand something. What you say, kid is a 21-year-old, so they look like a child to us. But then in fact, when you were 21 years old, you were old enough to go do these things. And that was the whole
We
thing.
were old enough that it didn't mean that we had...
You know, Patty... When I turned 21, I wanted to go see what the hype was about, and I had been to a club here and there.
We know that. But that's how it's supposed to be? That's what me and Ann were debating on, because that's like
you sound like an old person trying to get all the young people out the club. Like,
I've always been weird because
I get what you're saying.
Like, it's like we were talking about, like, so is there? I think it depends on what club you go to, first of all. Like, you definitely want to be around your peers.
So, like...
You definitely want to be around your peers.
Yeah, that's
I felt like I was
again,
at a family reunion. They had kids there, like, boo-boo.
Because you knew when you were 21-year-old, you were stupid.
Most definitely.
And you were driving home drunk. And people were doing dumb shit.
No comment.
So that's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, when you get to that age, you want to go do that stuff. But do you really have the money to be doing that? Do you really have the mindset to where you should be doing it? I mean, you definitely enjoy
everybody's
youth,
different, obviously. And not having or having the money, no matter what age you are, never stop nobody from going to the club.
That's because those people go to the free before 11 or free before 10. See, before COVID hit, I had all these like rules and standards for me going out. Like, I don't want to go to no place that got the free before 10. Like, bitch, if you ain't got no money to pay to get in here, nigga, if you ain't got no money
trying
to
be around no
I don't even want to be around you,
Yeah.
right? Then I also, like, I need to make, like, standing in line is not a thing for me, so I need to make sure that they have good bottle service. I don't like places where the air ain't circulating properly. Like, it cannot
It's hella musty and
Yes,
tanking.
I don't like places that's hella narrow. Like, when you walk in and it's like,
and you gotta be up on other people.
Yeah, like, I just had all these different rules, right? I realized I was so excited to get out the house.
None of that
I let all my rules go.
None of that applied. And now you remember why you implemented them.
Right. I was like,
Is that why you were asking yourself, am I auntie right now? Because am
I
I
had
doing too much?
But look, it's not even that. So first of all, then there was a guy that was there. He was, oh shit. I'm gonna tell you his podcast right now. he has a podcast called By Any Means, and he was walking around asking people like this question, like, what do you got to do to get, to get a girl to go home with you on the first night or whatever, or a man, whatever. I don't remember the question verbatim, but it was
what did you say is what I want to know.
Well, he didn't actually ask me directly. Okay. But I did.
Remember, you represent the brand, okay, when you're out there in the world.
Exactly. So. And while we representing the brand, while we making sure that the No Invite podcast got bills to pay, when they start saying the stupid ass answers like, well, he just needs to be a nice guy. I just really need to like him. Hold on. I got rent, PG&E, cable, phone, like, right? Like, no. Like, you just got to really like the person. What? I could like you and not go home with you. Yes. Like, what the fuck? And they wasn't even giving answers that I felt was realistic. Like, who wants to go home and have
you feel like auntie? Right. No.
That is how I felt like auntie. Because in my head, I won't go home with you if I don't know that your dick is big enough.
Okay, so
damn.
That is not just a club thing. That is some guys that approach me, I really be like, is this how you get females? Does this really get you results?
Yeah, real shit.
And they really kind of are like,
hey, there's all kinds of shooters in the world, and so there's some that are snipers, and there's other motherfuckers that just spray.
These are age-appropriate men. These are not little boys. And I'm like, is this how you get females? Like, for real? Like, so that's what baffles me as well, not just in the club.
My opinion when it comes to that with the age, I don't think there's an age limit. It should be age appropriate though. Like, if you know that it's more of the young, and which it sucks because at the end of the day, clubs, like the best, the dopest clubs are going to always cater to the youngest crowd, like the 21 through 25 and shit like that, or 30, because that's what they want. Remember, they want the club to look popping, you know what I mean? To get their money, to be able to charge what they charge, and to be able to have the kind of club that
young
they want.
Young people ain't got money like
that's
that, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
all those clubs, all the young clubs usually be bougie and ghetto as fuck.
And they know that. And they know that. So what you get the young attractive people. Like, you get the young attractive people, the 21 and over, young attractive people in the club, and then who comes in? All the people that got money, that want to be around that, want to be around that energy, and that's how they make their money. I'm not saying this.
I feel that. I do that. But my question is, like, when I go to the club, is it wrong that I'm like, listen, I was actually observing. I started becoming a people watcher. I've never been a people watcher.
Creep.
I didn't start being a people watcher.
She's over there with her drink and shit in the cuts, watching everybody like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, I did do a double shot with no hands. They were like, can you do that? Yes, I can.
I'm sure you were doing a lot of things with no hands on the dance floor. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. But no, I really became a people watcher, and I'm like, oh my God, she look hella old. Or like, oh my God, them batwing lashes that y'all wearing it's not cute. I ended up seeing one girl who got
sitting up here judging people and shit.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
She had a whole bunch of critique about everything.
I did, and that's what I'm saying.
And she's like, am I just too old for this now? What is going on?
And that's why I said, is it just because of the fact that I'm auntie now? Because I used to go and not care.
Well, I don't think, that doesn't sound like it, because even before COVID, you had all these standards to where you were going out.
Ooh, okay.
And I think that you did that because through experience, you're like, I've been in a small club. I don't like the way that feels. I've been in a stuffy club. You better have air circulation. Oh, I've been somewhere where I don't want to wait for my drink. That's another standard. Like, I'm sorry, you forgot about your standards.
You've been anti since before this shit.
But I feel like, because I'm like that too. Like, I'll go, but real shit, if it's not going to be my way, I don't want to go.
And that's really a sign of maturity, because when
that's what I'm saying. I feel young, like that since I was little.
Yeah, I mean, when you were probably mature when you were younger, though, is what I'm saying, like, as far as how you thought, you know what I mean? But that's a sign of maturity. Like, yo, I'm not going in there for certain reasons, because this shit, I know I'm not going to have a pleasant time. So why am I going to be? When you're young, you just want to be where it's at. It don't give a fuck if it's packed. It's a little itty bitty. We stepping on each other's feet. Like when people were young, but that's how some people were, and I knew people like
some
that.
People
you know,
still like that though.
No, more like that once upon a time.
Persons are like that. They don't care. They're like, it's Sunday. We about to go here, here, and here. It's like on the fly. Like they don't. And
listen, I used to be that way. Like I just want to get in. I used to do the free before 11. Like okay. You know what it is? I feel like I got a taste of like standard, and I just feel like I went backwards. I went.
You know what? It's because the thirst is real right now. We said everything's opening up, and it's okay. Just find yourself.
Look at his face, though. He's
the thirst is real. No, because you think about it.
I know, but you're hella serious about
am
it. That's why.
Because even last night, for instance,
thirst
last
is
night I
real.
performed at my friend's birthday bash. I haven't done a performance in fucking, I want to say 6 months almost. I would say at least 6 months to a year. Right? I haven't done a performance. I can't even recall the last time I did an actual performance. It wasn't. The last time I performed was in Las Vegas, and that was like fucking 8 months ago, some shit like that, right? It's the last time I performed. So getting out there, it wasn't a big venue. It wasn't exactly a venue that I particularly like to go to because I'm my standards are different. But it was my friend's birthday bash, and he requested for me to go to perform for him. So of course it's my people. You feel me? I'm always gonna show up for them, right? So but
this means you're gonna perform for my birthday?
If you want me to. But
okay.
Look, I send you
Let
my
me
fee
start
later.
planning this.
Hey, so look, I went there, and like I said, I was a little hesitant because I don't do these smaller venues. I don't like to, at least. I don't prefer. It's not my thing. I went there. Got on there, we killed it, and I just was feeling really good, and I'm like, damn, I fucking miss this type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, I really do.
Was it like kind of like a lot of people?
It was medium, so.
Nice.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't so much that. It was just having something like this to do. You know what I mean? Like the drinking, the people around, the socializing, the talking, the energy. Everybody's in a good mood and a good vibe. So to me, I when that hit, I was like, yeah, man, I missed this shit. I ain't gonna lie, but it's kind of similar to you. I went to go do this. I kind of dropped my standards and shit to go do this, but I ended up having a pretty good time. It wasn't bad.
And that's
what
I'm
like,
saying. I had so much fun. Now maybe.
You just gotta be at peace with your role. If you feel like you look around and your auntie, just remember, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice that always brings me peace. When you look around and you feeling like you're old, just know there's pretty much somebody around that's older than you, and you're okay.
There was people around that were older than me.
So you're good.
That, but it's just,
you're good. Dude. That's how I feel like. If I look around, I'm like, damn, there's hella youngsters here.
You see, it wasn't other people.
The whole, you're too old to wear this. You're too young to do this. You're too do. I hate that shit. That's all society, bro. Like, do whatever the fuck you want, but be honest with yourself.
Because I don't mind.
If you're going to the club because you're trying to run away from responsibilities and commitment and things of that nature, then you should be embarrassed for yourself and fuck what anybody else thinks or says. Because you could look hella good and it doesn't really matter, like. But if you're doing it because you're like, all
looking for love in all the wrong places.
Who gives a fuck what anybody fucking thinks? Like,
no. As long as you had a good time.
Fun?
I did have fun. That's
all that matters.
And nobody.
And I don't even listen. It's been so long.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
But there was a hot dog person right outside. I crushed two of them. It was like the best hot dog since sliced bread.
Some weenies in the gray water and whatnot.
Man, listen, and I was on it like.
She definitely wasn't disrespecting. She was disrespecting herself last night.
When you ate that, you feel me?
Well, I heard through the grapevine, through the word that somebody was out there getting challenged and breaking it all the way down.
Yeah,
and you had to whip out the guns on them and let them know that this shit is real. It's for reals and not for thrills.
So this is another thing, like
this youngster.
You can't be auntie if you killing them on them. Yeah.
But you out there shaking ass responsibly.
That's what I'm saying.
Me? Like when you young, you don't really know what and how to protect. And
here's
just
the thing:
like,
I've been throwing this ass in a circle for way more years, so I know how to throw it in a direction where I ain't gonna get tired as quickly as you are.
It's automated. It's like on autopilot after.
Right. It's like, oh my god, I know how to make this work.
Yeah.
Go.
It's like you jumping rope and shit. You already know how to make that thing snap.
And it was so funny because it felt
like champion.
So one, in the beginning, I didn't realize that it was a competition. Somebody, I ended up going back because there's a video.
Oh shit!
My friend recorded the video.
You need to post that on your Instagram. Your no invite one. Yeah. give people the context. But go ahead.
Okay, but no, it was so we
best
did.
Secret shit.
So what we did was we was out there and we was I was literally just trying to find a space where it wasn't like though it looked like people were migrating like to a specific part, and so I like to go away from the crowd because I want to be able to room and I don't want to smell your smells. Like I just
you gotta breathe out here.
Right.
Everybody gotta breathe.
When I was standing there and I was dancing, I guess the girl next to me started dancing too, or maybe she was dancing first. I really don't remember because I was kind of drunk. I ain't gonna lie, because I was already. They said they were double shots. For me, they were single shots, but I was already like 5 in, right?
So at double shots, that's really 10. Just so we're keeping count. You know what I mean? So
I said their double shots is my single shots. So really, it's only 5.
It's still to you, but yeah, you're right.
But no, so when we started dancing, it was a gentleman came up behind me and like me and him was dancing, and I felt at one point her knee touch my knee, and I'm like, listen, I looked over
here for a reason.
And I came over here to get away from y'all, but more importantly,
you don't want it with me. You don't want it with
really
the champ.
don't want, like, you don't know I've been mismanaging this pussy and this ass for quite some years now, so you don't really want these problems. Get some age on you. And this is again, like the girl, she had to have been, like, swear to God, she probably was 22 max. And I'm just like, oh my God. Now I gotta like show you that you're not better than me, and I hate feeling like I gotta show you can't compete where you don't compare.
You might have uplifted her though. You might have brought her.
I hope I did.
Level.
I hope I inspired her to figure out that 1-2 of where that ass is going. Because man,
who knows? She went back home and got in the mirror and was like, "Fuck that! I can't be getting seen like this at the club."
Hey, she probably went home mad, like this old bitch thinks she doing something.
Hey, boyfriend straight dissed her, put mush faced her like. Get out of here! Like, I can't believe you lost through the talent.
You embarrassed me.
You're an embarrassment. Rock. Hit her with the water and the spray from the sponge.
You, shut up.
Look, it's the No Invite podcast. I appreciate everyone that's in here. We fucking did it again. Once again, episode 73, season 3, the progression. No Invite podcast. Patty P World. 16th World. You was temporarily locked out of your home, but you're back now. How can they find you? How can they reach you?
Same thing, 16th World.
Okay, and also, if for anybody out there curious, if you want to do some bookings or anything with us, No Invite, you actually should be getting our producer Patty. So at 16th World, that's with the number 16th TH World on Instagram. That's where you can reach her at. And also, all you podcasts that try to front on us, you can suck my dick. That's all I can say. You know what I mean?
I did ask the guy if he would be open to an interview. He was actually hella funny. It's him and another one that looked like he from Miami.
I'm down. Let's put it together. I mean,
I promise you.
My thing is like this. In that comment, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna put nobody on blast. But just know that we've been trying to get a hold of these other podcasts, reach out to cross collaborate and whatnot. And I'm all for. I'm not. How can we say that? I don't do this. I don't do this with ego. You feel me? So when I do things, I really genuinely do it to try to help people out. And sometimes people don't see it that way. So you can suck my dick because motherfuckers want to ask us what we doing, what our reach is. And you know what I mean? It's like, bro, come on now, bro. You're doing what I'm doing.
Is not
it is. It is because I don't take it as disrespect, but I'm disrespecting them. I'm just sucking my dick. That's all. But anyways, and how can they find you?
Oh, so they can find me at on Instagram, the best kept secret #1. So it is the _best _secret No, okay. Just secret and then the #1, and you will find your girl. But what I'm about to post for the next 24 hours, y'all either better
check out her story.
You better catch it or you don't.
Yeah, either you catch it or don't. And you know what? This shit is gonna not be out for like 24 hours. So
it ain't. That's what makes being the best.
How about we post it at midnight tonight? Post it at midnight. Give them a chance. Give them a head start. At least if they're gonna look at it for like an hour.
I can post it at midnight, but keep in mind I wake up at 4.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
do what you do. All right, y'all heard it. After you hear this, go to her Instagram if you want to see. You want to see the legendary twerk, the twerkinator. You dig?
Twerk.
So of course you could always find us on Instagram at no_invite_podcast. You could also go to any major podcasting platform and type in No Invite Podcast, or you could subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. That's what we really want y'all to do. It helps us the most. It gives us the most of the most. YouTube channel RiBirth Media Films. That's RiBirth Media Films with a Z. We are coming at you consistently, so be ready because it's a brave new world out there. You dig?
Feel me?
You know what I'm talking about? All right, bye.